Hi, and welcome to the live stream. We're going to be getting started in just a couple of minutes. Thank you. Please share. If you're just joining the stream, welcome to the free Grassy River Run stream. Please invite people, please amplify, share with your network. We're just getting started in a couple of minutes, so stay with us.
I'm just gonna like switch over and then you can run. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. You want to send? Hi, and welcome. If you're just joining the live stream, welcome to the free Grassy River Run live stream. We're just getting started. Share with your network, amplify the live stream, and stay with us. Oh, hi, and welcome to the live stream. We're just going to get started for the River Run Grassy Narrows live stream in a couple of minutes. Stay with us, amplify, share the live stream, get folks to join. Lots of people have gathered here today at Queen's Park in Pucaroncho.
Nice to see you. I love this one.
Hi, and welcome to the Grassy Narrows River Run live stream. If you're just joining, welcome to the live stream. We're getting started in a couple of minutes, so stay with us and let folks know in your network to join on to the live stream if you haven't been able to join in person today. Hi, and welcome to the free Grassy River Run live stream. We're gonna get started in a couple of minutes. Thank you for joining and stay with us, please. If you like, you can also share on your social media pages, let people know this is happening and join with us.
Attention, attention. Hi, everyone. My name is Simon. I made some ginormous puppets for the River Run March. I'm looking for volunteers to help carry the puppets. So if you're interested to be a puppeteer for the march today, please come over to this corner here because I could really, really use your help. Thank you so much. Woo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome and thank you for coming to the 2022 Grassy Narrows River Run. Woo! Thank you for showing up today and showing your solidarity and care on this hot day. We are about to get started, but first we're going to do some brief housekeeping, and then Elder Gary Sue is going to welcome us. So just a couple of reminders. It's hot. We know it's hot. You know it's hot. Stay hydrated. Be aware of your body. Make sure you have lots of water on you. There is water and there is food to the left of me, to the right of you, under the statue over here. Volunteers are asking folks to pick some up with them before you begin the march so that you have it with you at all times. We have marshals and medics throughout the crowd. Can we get the marshals and medics to raise your hands in the air? They're all at the back over there. Marshals and medics generally have some water on them. If you're feeling faint, if you see somebody who looks like they're struggling, direct them to a marshal or a medic. At the food table, you'll also be able to find a map of the march. On the map, there's also locations for washrooms. It's a double-sided sheet. It looks like this. Grab one if you can before we start. All right, so folks want to gather in and leave this space open, but feel free to move up and grab some art on your way up. Gonna introduce Elder Gary Sue. Gary is an Ojibwe elder from the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. His people signed over 20 pre-Confederation treaties with the Crown, which covers most of the Golden Horseshoe. He is a veteran and served in the United States Navy. He resides on the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation with his wife of 48 years and enjoys spending time with his 15 grandchildren. Elder Sue is also a storyteller and has welcomed Prince Charles, 2 prime ministers, 3 premiers, and many chiefs, environmentalists, and more to the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation.
Ogajige Higan in Indishnakas, Magazine Dodam, Mississauga and Dow, New Credit Dunji. I welcome all of you people here who've come to support the Grassy Narrows. And I started supporting them back in about 1974. When they first came, I went for the Friendship Center. And I went to Brock University and I spoke out about the way that industry was polluting the earth and making it so that you couldn't sustain your life the way that you should have, your ancestors should have in the past. And so I spoke out about that, and at that time I had nice long braids, but I kept having to cut them off because of my brother's death. So I didn't. I don't have them now because I only got one sister left, and I don't want to cut my hair for her. So it's that way that we look at life, and the way that we sustain ourselves, and call Amba Majanda Chibwani Banda up in the gang up in the gang Amba Majanda Chibwani Banda Abin nagego anak ginawa. Abin nagego anak ginawa. Amba majanda Chibuani banda Abin nagego anak ginawa. Abin nagego anak ginawa. Amba come majanda. Let's go over there. Chiwani banda. Before we go to sleep and we forget. Abin nagego anak ginawa. For the fire has been lit and the doorway is open. Abin nagego anak ginawa. The doorway to understanding. And it's with that kind of understanding that we come to the rest of society to wake them up, bring them back to so they don't forget what they did to the Grassy Narrows people, and what they're still continually doing by not looking at the environment in a good and sustainable way. So every year that they come here to remind you about the justice that has to take place with their people before any reconciliation can take place, has to hit you inside of your heart so that you know that we're still caring. We're still sharing our story with you and bringing the hurts and the injustice that took place in the past. Miigwech.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful opening, Elder Gary Stu. I'm going to call up Chief Randy Forbister to the stage. Randy Forbister is the Chief of Grassy Narrows First Nation. Before being elected as Chief, he served as a longtime counselor and deputy chief. He has been a strong leader for Mercury justice, land protection, and self-determination.
Hello, Miigwech, Chief Randy Forbister, Azapskushwigan, Grassy Narrows. My clan is the Sturgeon clan, Namea. That's the name of the sturgeon in our language. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the lands of the Mississauga First Nations, and I also acknowledge the elder that opened up. It's always important, that we begin, in important events or meetings in this way. That is how, over thousands of years, how our government's been running back then, way before the arrival of visitors. That's how we've ran our governments. We had our governments at the time, and we're still maintaining that, and that's what we're doing. When we talk about level to level government, I'm here as chief, as a government. We're a government of Grassy Narrows. Same here, standing here behind me, the Queen's Park Legislature. It's Ontario government. So we're a government as well. So I'm here, speaking. I hope the leader here behind me in this building will come out and speak. But we shall see how it goes. So I just want to say to all the supporters we've had for many years. You are the ones that have pushed, the actions that have taken place recently. The one we had, the Mercury home that's going to be built, it should be ready to be used in 2025 for our mercury sufferers, and also the mercury testing, the new reform, we call it mercury testing reform. The old system is not working, but this new system, because of your support and the friends that are here, that's what helped push for those to take place, because the government hears what the public wants. And 2022, so the first rally started back in 2010, and each year, the numbers have grown, which will add to more support and for the government to hear us, what we want. And what we want is compensation for all. And we want also, we want no mining in the territory. And also we want no forestry in our territory. We need the land to heal. In order for our people to heal, we're going to use the land as our land-based initiatives. And when we see the land healing, and our people will heal from that, to make it more comfortable. In reality, once you have mercury, we have it for life. It's a life sentence. It's not going away. Most of us, my generation, when we leave this earth, we're going to have this mercury in our bodies still. And the ones who are affected are the future. The new recent health study that was published, it was also published in a scientific journal. You can look online and look at that study, and what it shows. The pregnant lady that's poisoned by mercury, she's going to affect the embryo, and that baby will be affected growing up. All kinds of ailments. Some of the youth are born with no kidney, one kidney, hole in their heart, all kinds of stuff, and they have learning difficulties, and that's caused by the mercury. It compounds, the health of our people differently because of the mercury. And everything, housing, bad water, you hear it all the time, but this mercury really compounds everything. It makes things really, really, really difficult. The mental health issues we have, that's in the community. We talk about declaring a state of emergency, but this would be like an emergency for many decades. And we talk about solutions. There is solutions, short-term solutions. With the old system of the mercury testing, some of our people have been compensated, but many have not been compensated, even with the strong symptoms they show as they get older. And many of these pass on, and they don't get to see justice. It goes with them to the grave, and that's what's happening, and that's what's going to continue on. When you talk about the future, I know a lot here, care about their future, care about their children, and that's same thing. When I look at the future, when we look at the future, we worry about our youth. How they're going to live, the next generation, so on. So that's where the primary focus is, to look to the youth, because those are going to be our leaders, and and we're looking for hope. And with all the support we've been getting throughout the years in these rallies, bring that hope and makes it come alive. You give a lot of hope to our community when you're here to support us. But that's the message I want to give out there, and keep sharing, the information you hear, when I'm talking about this and what you've heard over the past years. It's the same, but it just continues, after I read that recent health study by Dr. Mergler, and it's online. You can view it, read it, and sit down and think about, we need to protect the future of Grassy Narrows, and we're not going to stop, and we're still going to keep fighting for justice. Thank you very much.
Can we have another round of applause for Chief Randy Forster? And I think we're going to build a little bit on this energy and make sure Ford can hear us. So is everyone ready to do a chant? Yes. All right, so you're going to jump in when you pick up the words, right? Hey, Ford, we know what's just. Compensation is a must. Hey, Ford, we know what's just. Compensation is a must. Hey, Ford, we know what's just. Compensation is a must. Woo! We're going to do one more. We're going to be doing these throughout the march. Next one is, no more lies. We know what's just. Compensation is a must. No more lies. We know what's just. Compensation is a must. No more lies. We know what's just. Compensation is a must. Woo! All right, I'm going to call to the stage Janice Folk-Dawson. Janice Folk-Dawson is a settler who resides on Upper Canada Treaty 3 territory. She is a working class feminist, an injured worker, and the executive vice president of the Ontario Federation of Labour.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so humbled to be here with you today in solidarity with Grassy Narrows to fight for Indigenous sovereignty and environmental justice. I also want to give thanks and acknowledge the opportunity to be gathering and for us to speak on this traditional territory. And I also want to give my appreciation for the beautiful welcoming that we heard this morning. I'm here today with my sister, Krista Markle, who is the Vice President leading the First Nations Métis Inuit Circle at the Ontario Federation of Labour, and my comrade Ahmed Gaid, OFL Secretary Treasurer. It was very powerful when Chief Randy Forpster joined the Ontario Federation of Labour at our Earth to May Day press conference to make the crucial bridge between social and environmental justice, and to call on Ford to act now to clean up Grassy Narrows and to compensate the community for its poisoning. Not only did Ford ignore these bids by community members, but he has furthered his economic agenda in this area. As Chief Forster said, politicians only look at their 4 years in power, not what they can do to protect and honor the land for hundreds of years. We are here at Queen's Park to demand that Doug Ford and his cabinet look beyond their backyards and towards the many Indigenous communities in Ontario that lack clean drinking water, land, and infrastructure. Access to clean water and land is a human right. Anything less is a harsh expression of systematic environmental racism. The community of Grassy Narrows was poisoned by mercury, poisoned, in many cases even before they were born, all because of industrial pollution caused by greed. Labor is here today to stand behind and beside the community to demand justice for the land, water, and people of Grassy Narrows. Peace and solidarity.
Thank you, Janice. All right, we're going to call to the stage the person who's introducing Wawate. And in the meantime, we're going to do one more cheer. I say land, you say back, land, land, land. Woo!
Uduku. How is everyone? Hot? You know, I just came back from up north, way above the Arctic Circle, and it was only +7. You come here, it's like an oven. My name is Alakaitau, and I am going to introduce Wawate, an amazing performer and storyteller, and making our presence known as Indigenous people. I am going to ask everybody over here if you can move. Koyanami, thank you. You know, it's a beautiful sight to see so many beautiful humans, especially standing up for our children and their children. I think it's no secret that our world is it's starting to break, and it's in the hands of human beings. But it's beautiful when we start implementing what Inuit call Inukatigi Tiamnuk, and that is the ability to coexist so beautifully with each other as human beings and everything else. It's a responsibility that Inuit take very seriously. And it's a law that I was taught to always live by with everything that I do. So it's nice to see so many different people of walks of life here, uniting, coming together to say what is happening in Grassy Narrows and all over these beautiful Nuna, these lands, speaking up. I don't know where Wawate is, so I guess I'll just keep blabbling on. You know, my friend Isaac Murdoch was just in Grassy Narrows doing a Revolution of the Heart mural. And he came back and he was telling me Grassy Narrows people are one of the most beautiful people he have ever met. And what is being done by the federal government and this government, these colonial governments, is absolutely wrong and horrific. It's not something that anybody, any human being on this planet should be okay with.
Yay.
A child unable to drink water. Imagine calling that a human right, a human need that was created not by humans. Where's Wawate? 3 minutes. You guys get to hear me blabble for another 3 minutes. Just kidding. You know what we need to do today as human beings? Go back to our responsibilities. Move away from this idea of things having to be a right and dictated by a system that is not human. We should be going back to our responsibilities that were given to us the moment that we breathed this air. The responsibility that we have to each other and our children and everything and everybody else that is now here and to come. You know, each and every human being here, everywhere, even the Prime Minister, even Doug Ford, even these police, we were all born with this ability to love. To not look at each other based on our color of our skin, our language. We were all born to coexist beautifully with each other. And when one of us hurt and one of us are trashed, we all get trashed and hurt. Something that is happening in Grassy Narrows as we speak. And as soon as we look a blind eye and not say anything, we are failing our children and their children's children. It's so important now more than ever to go back to our responsibilities of having the ability and to choose to love each other. Is Wawate done yet? One minute. Still 1 minute to hear me blabble. Just kidding. Oh, Inuktitut. Inuktitut is my first language. And you know, in Inuktitut, in my language and in our ways of being, everything is entrenched with the land. Humans are not at the top. Humans are at the very bottom because we need everything to survive. Inuktitut is so beautiful. And when I speak English, it feels so disconnected because there's no togetherness. Not with our fellow human beings or with the land and the waters and the animals. And when we speak Inuktitut, we have a responsibility to each other with everything that comes out of our mouths. It's been far too long that English has only been spoken when it comes to our homes like Grassy Narrows, Mitimatari, everywhere. You know, when Canada started getting formed, none of us were asked if we wanted to be Canadians. And my father remembers the first time he saw a white man because he was born in a igloo. He wasn't asked if he could be taken from his family. He wasn't asked if he wanted to learn English and to eat foreign food that has wrecked his body today. I think that's a very important thing to remember because my father's still alive. This didn't happen that long ago where my people and all Nunokakak Simayurima, we were living on the land and off the land and with the land. I think it's time we as human beings, as Inuit, you know, that's a funny term, Inuit. Every time I do a talk, people want me to go up and say that I'm Inuk, a human being. But the funny thing is, in Inuktitut, when we start speaking about Inurima Sirak Joame, all of the people, all of the humans on this globe, everybody is together and nobody is excluded. That's something we need to start bringing back. Because this divide and all of this hurt that my father started experiencing, that he still remembers today, is unacceptable. Children are still experiencing this right now. And like in Grassy Narrows, they're not even being given water. There's a reserve not far from my house, and they're really close to a town. They have never seen drinking water in over 20 years. There's something wrong there. Is he ready? Give it up for Wawate, a beautiful storyteller, performer.
The water in here is not safe.
Give it up for Wawate. Wawate is an absolutely beautiful human being. And just 50 years ago, if we were still living in the way we did, he would be honored, or they would be honored. Because he's not living into boxes, something we should all be doing. I think someone else is going to talk now.
All right. Folks want to just get resettled in the center over here. Find your spot again. I'm going to introduce Robert Williamson Sr. He is a Grassy Narrows elder, a land user, and a grassroots land defender. Robert was one of the original Grassy Narrows blockaders. Give it up for Robert.
Bonjour. I'm just overwhelmed by all this support and all the people that showed up here for the rally, especially the young people of Grassy Narrows. I'm really overwhelmed. I can't believe how determined they are, and all the travel is brutal, and they made it here. And it's so hot at night, you know, they're staying in a place where there's no air conditioning. And I'm in a hotel, and I'm nice and cozy. And I just feel guilty a little bit sometimes, but it's my main message today is that the young people I really admire, and I find them to be our leaders, our true leaders. Where I come from is the Siagang, and we live along the river. It's a really beautiful place. You'd never imagine that there's something bad in the water. You wake up in the morning and it's so peaceful. Everything is there for us, you know. So it appears, you know. The river is sacred to us. It was the lifeblood of our ancestors, the lifeblood of our people today, and the life of lifeblood of our future generations. The Creator that put us there, put us here to live so that we can survive and sustain ourselves from this bountiful river. It is our food source and our drinking water and our travel route for hunting and gathering. And it once created employment for our people in guiding, commercial fishing. But in the 1970s, the mercury pollution was discovered in our sacred waters. When the news came, it felt like our whole world collapsed and our way of life was gone in an instant. Our means of survival was suddenly gone, taken from us by one reckless act and a disregard for our Anishinaabe people. How can anyone be so stupid? They had to know we were downstream. The spilling of mercury poison in the Wabigoon River was a deliberate and an act of violence towards our people. And no one has taken responsibility totally. We have to be fighting every day to get justice. Now we are suffering from mercury poisoning, and the poison will be inside us until we die. Most of us have been diagnosed with the symptoms of mercury poisoning. We have numbness in the fingertips and lips, narrowing, field of vision, loss of coordination, and trembling. I go through that too. The doctors have never been able to totally figure out why I go that way. Like I just lose control of my body and I just start trembling. These are the symptoms that are obvious and clearly should be enough to compensate everyone. Everyone is going through the same thing. I want to mention my good friends, Steve Hobster, Simon Hobster. They had a common goal that the young people of Grassy Narrows will rise and carry on the fight for mercury justice. They had a dream that someday in the future, all the people of Grassy will be compensated and cared for. What I'm seeing here today, the young people are here and are ready to carry on the fight. Our people have never given up hope. And now, through the wisdom and strength of our young people, we will win. And I believe that Simon and Steve are always here with us in spirit. I miss them and I always talk to them. And they're a big part of our fight. And now they passed it on to our young people. Recently, we had a flood at the community from high water, and some of us had to be evacuated, but our young people stayed and they sandbagged and they worked hard, and I couldn't believe how much leadership they had. The new generation have become the new leaders in the movement towards the fight for a common goal. That is compensation for all the people of Grassy. I was happy to see all the children, the young people get off that bus at midnight on Tuesday. And they traveled 4,000 kilometers and had into 2 days of brutal travel. And yet they came out of that bus smiling and ready to go. And those are the ones that I believe are the true leaders for the fight for justice. Thank you so much. And
Okay, we are going to take a photo right now with a massively beautiful banner that's been painted for today. So I get the people who are doing the banner to come up. We're gonna take an aerial photo of this and we'd love for people to gather around it when it's set up. Banner people are on the move. So after the banner photo, we're gonna have just 2 more speakers and then we're gonna start marching. So now's the time to make sure you have water, you're ready to be here for our final speakers and then to get going. Can we get a signal from the folks doing the banner about where you're going to be setting it up? Right over here. I'm just wondering if Sol could go first, then the banner. The who? The march committee. If Sol could go first. Yeah. While the banner is being set up, we're gonna have Sol Mamakwa come up to speak. Sol is serving his 2nd term as MPP for Quipnuk, which he is also the critic for Indigenous and Treaty Relations for Northern Development and the deputy leader of the Ontario NDP. A member of the Kingfisher Lake First Nation, MPP Mamakwa remains committed to advocating for the inherent and treaty rights of Indigenous peoples and beyond.
Bonjour, Wajia. Hello everyone. My name is Sol Mamakwa. I'm originally from Kingfisher Lake. When we talk about unity, this is unity in action. This is justice in action. When we talk about what's happening, the stories, the truth-telling stories that we hear about Grassy for decades. This is what environmental colonialism looks like. This is what environmental oppression looks like. At the end of the day, for First Nations, for Grassy, oppression, colonialism has become a way of life. It's not fair. It's not right. You've heard the mercury poisoning of the river has had a detrimental impact on fish, on wildlife. But most importantly, it has an impact on the ways of life of Grassy Narrows people. It has had an impact on the identity of who they are, the languages that we speak, and the teachings that we have as First Nations people, and that is not acceptable. What I see here, when I see Grassy Narrows here, the children, the young people, the women, there is hope. There is always hope. Hope comes from believing that there is change coming, and we see the youth that are here, the women that are here, and the leadership that is here. Not only that, the group, everybody that is here, that is change, that is hope. Because if you're sitting on the fence of this issue, you're on the side of the oppressor. So big thanks for being here. I know that, it's been we're going to be marching soon, and it's important that we, again, we are rising as people. We are standing together as people. This is what nationhood looks like. This is what unity looks like. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. We have folks who are volunteers come and help with the banner in the back because we're going to hold it for a moment. So if there are any volunteers who have the capacity to hold the banner, come on up and get behind me. Right now, I'm going to invite up the Grassy youth to be on stage while we play a recording from Chrissy Isaacs. Chrissy is a mother, grandmother, and artist, and strong grassroots land defender in Grassy Narrows. She's pre-recorded a message that we're going to play now, and we'd love to invite the Grassy Narrows youth to come up on stage while it plays. Thank you.
Bonjour, Anango Kapamel Napa, Nabish Nakas, Shututem, Asapish Pasiwagang Dunji. My name is Chrissy Isaacs, and I'm from Grassy Narrows. And today, what I want to share is that for everybody that's walking, that's a part of this river run, to think about the people in my community, all the suffering and sicknesses that our people go through here on a daily basis. And it's not just physical sicknesses, it's also mental sicknesses that we have to think about, and also to think about how our way of life was basically robbed from us from this mercury that they put into our water. It robbed us of a way of life. And for the young people that are walking, this is what you need to think about, to think about, the quality of life that we could have had, if there was no mercury in our water. But now we have to fight hard. We have to keep fighting the fight that started in the 70s and to carry on that fight that they started for us. And to think about the social issue that we created by the poison that we put in our water, to think about how they were robbed of a way of life. All of us, we were robbed of that way of life. We were robbed of fishing, living off of that. Because at one point, our people, we did live off that river. And that was
All right, so we are going to take a photo behind us over here. If folks want to come and gather around this banner for the photo, that would be really great. And then we're going to have the drummers get in position to begin the march. So if folks want to come over here and circle around this banner. Yeah. All the way around. Come on all the way up and go all the way around to the other side. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we're going to hold for this photo for another minute, and then we are going to get ready to Everyone ready for a chant? Let's start with a clap. When I say, what do we want? Okay. Mercury Junction. What do we want? Mercury Junction. What do we want it? Yeah. What do we want it? to start marching, we're going to do a grand entry, which basically means that the Grassy Narrows men's drum group is going to lead the march. They are already assembled down the way over here. What we're supposed to do is part a little bit here so we can have the Grassy folks on front. We're going to give a moment for Grassy folks to get up in position behind the drummers. The drummers will begin, and then everyone is going to fall in line behind them. So we're going to try and keep noise gaps so we can hear the drummers at the front. Grassy folks to get to the front. There are volunteers with wheelchairs that are specifically for Grassy folks. With hands, they have their hands up at the front. If you need access to a wheelchair and you are with Grassy Narrows, there should be a chair for you. Everybody else, get your signs ready. You are holding art. Get your art ready. If you need to grab some water, do that. We encourage folks to wear masks as you're walking close to other folks. There's still placards and banners up here on the grass for anybody that would like one. There are volunteers walking around with water and apples. Not a person.
Yeah.
My turn is wet. My turn is forward. Yeah. So we just go forward again. Forward and before. Go forward. Land back! Land back! Land back! Mercury justice! Mercury justice! Now! Mercury justice! Now! Mercury justice! Now! Mercury justice! Now! Every single people need to live because when we don't care about writing, when we don't care about voting, and we don't care about indigenous sovereignty, and we here in the state today are here to say we do care. We know that this cannot go on as it has. We need to shift some things, and so thank you for being here. And I think more people in the streets for that. Woo, woo, woo! Woo! Okay, we're gonna do this one. No logging, no mining, land back now, okay? You try? No logging, no mining, land back now! 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 Roll like the river, my friends. Together we are strong. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? What happened to the people? What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. What happened to the water? Happened to the people. Land back. Land back. Land back. Land back. Land back. Land back. Okay, so this time we're going to talk about how we all want to eat clean water. So when I say, what do you want? The answer is clean water. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean water. Now. Clean water. Now. Clean water. Now. Clean water. Now. Clean water. Now.
Turn back to God. Don't turn to idols. Don't turn to false prophets, false religion, false doctrine, false spirit, false sense of security. No. Turn back to Jesus Christ. Turn back to God, our Lord and Savior. Hallelujah. Turn back to God. Come out of the darkness into the wonderful light. Hallelujah. I'll preach the word of God. I see. I know. But when I preach, it's more important than that. I preach the words of the living God. Praise the Lord. How are you? Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay, we're gonna How are you?
Maybe backing up.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I'm Lakota and Mohawk, and I'm gonna introduce myself in my Lakota language. I've been studying my Lakota language for the past couple of years and reconnecting with my roots and doing public speaking and singing and yeah, so Hamataki api chanteo ashte napi chunapi alo. Mixer tashika wakita machapi and petu ashte you happy. Mala kote tito ala papa la kote shayanagari mataha. So what I said was everybody shake your hand with a good heart. I'm Shine River Sioux Lakota, and I am also the Haudenosaunee. And I'm here. I've been asked to come and say a few words. And okay, yeah. We're gonna hold on.
Happens to the people. Happens to the people.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I was asked to come up here and sing a Lakota prayer song, and this is a song that I sing when I feel like I'm feeling hopeless or I feel like I need prayer. And it's a Lakota song, and I can translate it after. And my elders always told me, when things get hard, you dance harder, you sing harder, and you pray harder. So, and I could share some teaching, but I'm just gonna sing a Lakota prayer song. Oh yeah, Makiayo, Makiayo. Oh yeah, Makiayo, Yane. Oh yeah. Means help me, see me, and hear my cry. Yani Chitero means we are here, we are to live on. Daku Heku means whatever happens, happens. And that's a song that related to me a lot because the past few years we're dealing with a lot as a family. We've been struggling with a lot as a loss. My cousin went missing and murdered. And there's some songs that we sing for healing. And there's some songs that we sing for people. And there's songs that just help you personally. But like, that was one of my good songs that helped me personally. But I know a couple of songs, they're Dakota songs. This is Dakota language that I'm trying to share with you. And there's a Dakota veteran song that I could share. And it talks about the Dakota War and the Dakota Uprising of my people, about when they captured and they killed all of our buffalo back in South Dakota and North Dakota. Sorry, it's just like really hot. We love my Aielo for your time, and that was the Dakota veteran song that Dakota Oyate keep means my Dakota people will kick suye nawa jielo means remember who you are, remember why we fought, and remember what we fought for. We fought for the land and we fought for our people. And I know we're gonna leave here soon, but yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. And I would just ask to come sing and share and spread some words, spread some knowledge. We gotta go. But thank you. Thank you.
Shame! Shame! We're going to gather around the banner right here. We'd like to invite the Grassy youth who will be speaking to come up to the soundtrack. Everyone else, let's get down over here. Well, the Grassy youth will be speaking to come up to the soundtrack. Will anybody who's got a free hand come and join to hold this giant banner?
Good. This is a round dance song, by the way. Round dance, round dance. Go around the flag, around the flag.
We have the folks who are going to speak next to come in on the soundtrack. And in the meantime, we want to remind everybody the demands that Grassy has of the governments of Ontario and Canada that they must, number one, compensate everyone in Grassy Narrows fairly for the ongoing mercury crisis. Number two, respect the Grassy Narrows Indigenous protected area, which requires ending mining and mining plans in Grassy Narrows territory. Support Grassy Narrows in restoring their community and way of life from the damage this mercury has done. These demands are key parts of the movement for Indigenous sovereignty, land back, and environmental justice. When I say land, you say back. Land, land, land. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? When I say land, you say back. Land, 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 land. We have Darwin Forrester to the soundtrack. All right, folks, and we're gonna have speeches when we get to our next stop. Right now, we're gonna listen to some music and keep on marching. Woo!
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Junior. I'm one of the youth leaders. Seeing all you guys here, you know, brings the power, you know, and all of you know, basically united together as a strong force, you know. We're all, once we're all together, you know, we have a strong connection. You know, when we're together, you know, I see love being built up together. You know, and that's what the government and everyone is here to do. Everyone's together. You know? You know, at the age of 2, I was told that I was exposed to mercury poisoning. And I've been dealing with seizures, you know, and I can't do things that other people can do. I can't play certain sports because I have numbness in the hand and tingling in the speech impairments. There's so much I can name, so much symptoms. You know, it basically darkened my future, and it gets passed on to generation after generation. It darkens the next generation. This keeps going on. You know, and that's something the government is not, you know, seeing. They're darkening the generation. You know, I see it in youth. You know, when I work with youth and they say, I wish I can do that, what that kid's doing, but my hands feel numb. That hurts a lot because, you know, they know they're sick. They know that they're not well. You know, but you know, all of us here, the next generation, the government should know that the next generation is going to be a powerful unite, and we'll be strong together. And once we get united, the crowd's going to be twice as big, and we're going to be, the power is going to be beyond, you know. You know, just let you guys know, I heard a song called Home to Me playing earlier. I was one of the artists in the song. But, you know, and that song means a lot to me because, you know, I've thought of the past, you know, of the way our community was when it was alive. You know, the way we used to live at the old reserve. You know, we were families, we were all, you know, in one. But, you know, what destroyed it was once the mercury was dumped into the river, you know, it basically, everyone had to move to a different location due to that mercury poisoning. You know, and it basically, you know, what my grandfather said, Steve, he said that, you know, basically, I can say it ruined our fishing, it ruined the hunting, and we noticed the difference between the fish and the animals to this day. You know, it's, you know, it's, yeah, I'm happy you guys are all here, and I think you guys are all coming. And we can keep fighting, and it's not going to stop.
I'm going to call up our next youth speaker, and if there are any Grassy youth here who get inspired by the other brave youth speaking, you come on up to the sound truck and you think about it. You have a chance to speak at the end of the march too, but please think about coming up. And so I'm so excited to introduce our next speaker, all the way from Grassy Narrows, Nora Swain Sneaky.
I'm from Grassy Narrows, and I just wanted to say thank you for all of you guys being here with us. I wanted to come here for my family that are back home in Grassy. I'm scared. I coming here just hope that like our voices will be heard, and just hope that we get that justice, because I'm also coming here for my younger self that was in and out of the hospital for health conditions. I'm here for my grandma, Ivy Kuwaitan, whose life was taken away once the mercury poison happened. I'm here for my sister, who's no longer with us, but the only pictures we have are from the hospital because of this. So I'm here for them. And I'm here for my cousins and my sisters, and for my friends, for the younger ones that are going to be coming. And I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Nora Swain Sneaky, for speaking to us. There's still an open invitation for any Grassy youth. Come find us, but you can come and speak at our final location, and that goes for anyone who's already spoken to. It's a space for youth from Grassy to speak. So what we're going to do next is keep the march moving. So all Grassy people are going to go up to the front, and then we're going to start. So all Grassy people, please make your way up to the front of the march, and we're going to start, and we're going to end up at our final destination, Grange Park. And that's where, if you're a Grassy youth, think about speaking there. All right, let's get it moving.
Oh, there it is.
Environmental racism. are facing all kinds of oppression, all kinds of injustice, but at the end of the day, not even having drinking pool, drinking water, not having any insurance, the animal health for your land, being clean to nourish you, is beyond. It is a tragedy. And we are here in solidarity, community that's been fighting back. And let's take a minute to acknowledge our people are fighting back. They're keeping they're keeping people the hell off their land. They're keeping people off their land. But we're going to keep giving our support and solidarity. We're going to keep letting people know broadly that it is not okay that we force indigenous communities into economic problems that come with so-called economic development that rarely benefits the communities themselves. So we're here fighting logging. We're fighting mining developments on sovereign indigenous territory. We're here because there's a long history. Generations and generations of children born with horrible effects from mercury poisoning, tingling limbs, all kinds of different symptoms they don't understand. They just have to live through. We are here for indigenous justice. We are here to fight for the water. Water is life. Water is sacred. And what happens to the water happens to the people. So one more time, my friends. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. What happens to the water? Happens to the people. When I say live, you say back, 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 back. When I say live, you say back, 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 face the consequences of economic decisions made by people who want to make money. And in fact, in all the community leaders, there are ties to economic, environmental, and racial injustice. And we need to be thinking about that sort of things today. This is our water. I saw Cessna. I'm like, did you see it? Oh, she was here with her parents. But I told her Carry banners, carry flyers, who've been helping us make sure that people know why we're in the street. Okay, so my friends, we are gonna follow Family Road to Main Street, and I'm gonna put the right hand. Me too. We learned every time in the streets of yellow, the marijuana everybody comes good in the back. So follow down this way, and if anybody found a drumstick, they can try and grab the drumstick. We really like to do. So if you find your drumstick, come and find me or this lovely human over here. My friends, please move out of the street and towards the park so that we're all together in each other's sense. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your energy today. I think our time is yes. Really good job on the security.
Yeah, let's
I need Grassy Narrows. Please come on up to the line.
Pebble in my shoe.
I don't want to forget to get Emily. I've let some. Yeah.
Oh, Angel. We're gonna do the last song, Grassy Narrows River song. Can you watch?
We're going to ask Christine Hapase to come up and we're going to close the event. In the meantime, if folks want some food or you want to buy a poster and support Grassy, buy some merch, there's a table over here to my right, which has a lot of extra food and a lot of great merch. We encourage you to go check it out and grab something. There's also water, there's more snacks if you need it. And we're going to invite Christina to close out the event. And then we're going to head out. If folks can also, if you're leaving a banner or a poster, if you can just bring it over to the truck, that would be really, really helpful. Thank you. To the U-Haul. Yes, coming in 5 minutes. Supposed to be here at 3:30. Yeah. Yeah. We have Mariah from Grassy Narrows coming up to speak, so if everyone could give a warm round of applause.
Bonjour. Kaos Knessa Knessik Dishnakas Bishon Dotem Pitchtakwe Subskusakan Donjaya. I was asked to say some closing remarks by Judy DeSalva, so I'm honored to say some closing words. First of all, I want to say miigwech to all the supporters, the longtime supporters of Asupsko Siagang, which is our community, Grassy Narrows. The struggle and the fight has been ongoing for many, many years. And when I first came to the river run, my granddaughters were small, and they're young women now, and they're in the crowd as well. And my grandson was just a little boy, and he's standing there. He's now a man. So sometimes you'll see a picture of my daughter carrying him on the shoulder when they did the march. And today he was pushing me on a wheelchair. So that's, so that tells a lot that the struggle has been ongoing and has been going on for many years. And we always think about, is justice ever going to come, for the people of Grassy Narrows, and many, many people have come and gone that started the fight. I was only 9 years old, and that year is very significant to me because that was when we were told there was mercury in the water system. And my family, we grew up in Ball Lake Lodge. That was our seasonal home. My dad was a guide, and my family pretty well lived on the river system seasonally. I want to share with you a couple of weeks ago, I was out fishing with my uncle, and like he's out on the river every day. And he kind of almost broke my heart. And because we faced a lot of flooding. And when we were out on the boat sitting on the water, he told me and my sister that I want to die on the river. And he said, when I die, he said, I want to make sure that I have a rod in my hand and a fish at the end of the rod. So we just kind of laughed at him. But that says a lot, how much the land and the river mean to our people and the way of life. And our people continue to struggle every day, a lot of social issues, a lot of, and our people haven't grieved the land. Our people haven't grieved the loss of the way of life. So the grief continues. And that's why it means so much to see all the people and all the supporters coming out to help the people of Grassy Narrows, the Anishinaabe, and also to our future generations. I hope in my lifetime I get to see justice happen. And also for my grandkids as well. And I think we all feel like that. I'm 61 years old, and when mercury was first announced, I was 9 years old. So it's been a long struggle, and many people started the fight of the mercury. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that came here, and I want to say may everybody journey home, and the Creator continue to take care of us and everybody that's here. May God them. Thank you, everybody, and thank me, God, Judy, for asking me to speak. May God.
We're going to have Robert Williamson come up and do a prayer to close us out. And just for Grassy folks, notice that the bus is about 5 minutes away. We have Robert, come on up. Let's give a round of applause for Robert.
Miigwech. Miigwech get Jesus Ganganika Beach Chigasi. Jikwachimikosi Chan Chanaman Monitus Semama Nogum Gaventum with up in Sema. Kagego Gisha we may win go Gisha we may win go seek and in Manchester Lagos Genin Peugeot Major Tote Man no commerce no pay Kishan Kazo now Kishik Nimishkomas Kishan Kazo with the show Sema Magit Konak Nogum De Boetan Gibson Dagozan one and go take Konat Seman Sandagoz with the Skunami Gwech get it Genak Mishum Sunanwek Nogum Kabemanogish Kabemanoish Manogum Gagina Kamigisi. Miigwech king now and Nogum when the pay Gab Michang with the Susagan Megogo Michan the copy. She miigwech ticket to have Matsin Gamini Ghosting. We get Nogum Gamte, she bucket Gamte Big Chang Mikan Ashnama Pinesiak to give me bucket on the Honpe. The thing was Amnivo Ashin Jana and the monk Majana and the monk where Kashmini goes in. When you get it me. तो मैं नाना के तुम के को कितने शेप कने को से मार चुका पर कितना जितने उसके हुए नोगम मागानी बांध जितने बात सु काने तो कृष्ण तो कहने जहाँ काम जान के नहीं इनका एक पांच यहाँ काम की जान इसको ना वे भी कहने एक काम कहने से बुने तो आंगन कहने के कौन the pitan this year pange this pen this year और से मागा तूने कब कितना हुआ अस्से विश्वम सुनान कब कितना हुआ के पत्सु कानक मान होगम पत्सुन तो हुआ कर ये जो बकसे मानो है ने चने में चने आए चने तक कुछ नहीं
Whenever you miscommunicate, communicate.
Thank you, Robert. All right. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. Thank you to all the volunteers and all the supporters, but mostly can we just thank Grassy Narrows for showing up and allowing us to support your incredible fight for justice. We want to encourage everybody to go to freegrassy.net and sign up for ways to support and follow their battle. And thank you so much for being here. Woo! Woo! There's food is to grab anything on your way out. The merch table I think is closed, but if you just leave your art over there, be very grateful. Thank you. Just a quick announcement for everybody coming back on the bus from Grassy. The bus has arrived. So it's just parked over here. Hugo is here waving. If you need to use the bathroom, great option. If you want to chill out on the bus, awesome. We're not going to leave this second, but just letting you know it's just down the street there. It will be leaving in about 20 minutes. So if you're going back to the residence on the Grassy bus, we're leaving in 20 minutes and you can start loading whenever you want.